Welcome, viewers, to the Spotlight Show. I'm Sharon Snodgrass, a member of the Commission for Children, Youth, and Family for the cities of Farmington and Farmington Hills. The Commission brings you this show with different topics of interest. We're really lucky here today to be in the Farmington YMCA, where they sponsor a program called Live Strong. And with us is Rebecca Bezos, who is the Wellness Coordinator and is in charge of the Live Strong program. Rebecca, it's nice to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
You've been with the Y a couple of years here at the Farmington Y and more than 10 years in the Y overall.
Correct, yes.
This program is a Live Strong USA program, and Livonia Y, or Farmington Y, is one of the first ones in the area to have the program.
Correct. Yes.
So it's a fantastic program for adult cancer survivors. So why don't you tell us the philosophy and how it got started here?
Yeah, absolutely. So according to the National Institute, over 16 million people, or actually Americans, have cancer, are affected with cancer. So the YMCA partnered with the Live Strong Foundation to create a program for cancer survivors to begin their journey toward recovery through Live Strong at the YMCA. Part of the Y's commitment to strengthening the community through healthy living programs, this program allows adults that are affected with cancer a safe and supportive environment to regain their strength in a variety of different activities, as well as social events, all geared to work the body as an integrated whole, but also to bring in that supportive element as well.
And the program is for adult cancer survivors?
Yes, 18 years and older.
What is the program like? What kind of things they do in the program, and when is it offered?
The program is a 12-week research-based program that covers strength, cardiovascular, as well as flexibility and balance training. So a lot of times during, not only just from the cancer itself, but from various treatments, a lot of things can happen to the body. So we concentrate on regaining the strength through weights. Sometimes we might use the pool, we might use TRX straps, a variety of different equipment. We also use the cardiovascular element, where we have the cancer survivors doing cardio in our wellness center. We have a variety of cardio equipment, from treadmills to ellipticals, bikes, that type of thing. And then we also add that balance and stability aspect to it to bring it all back around.
And if I was a cancer patient and I was on the road to recovery, how would I learn about the program, or how would I sign up for the program?
You can contact the Farmington YMCA. We run the program twice a year, normally in the spring as well as the fall. And as you had mentioned earlier before, we were the first one in our association to offer that. But starting very, very soon, we'll have two other Ys, our North Oakland as well as our Milford Y, offering it. So just calling the Farmington YMCA, we can connect you to.
And some people are afraid to go out and exercise by themselves, especially if they don't have any hair at the moment and they don't feel any good, they don't have any eyebrows. How would you encourage them to get in the program?
One of the things that we like to do is we like to visit support groups. We give an idea of what the program looks like to cancer survivors. And again, it's very important for us that they feel safe and supportive, but that they are with like-minded people as well. We're all cancer survivors. They've all been where one person has been at one time or another. So it just ends up being more supportive than anything. As far as, we want the participant to be as comfortable as possible. So if they want to come in with their hat, if they want to come in with their scarf, what have you, we are welcome to all that, yes.
And can you maybe give us an example of someone that was in the program and that really made a difference for then?
Absolutely, absolutely. It was just in my last group. This woman came in. She is a breast cancer survivor. And every single time she was here, she gave me 110% I mean, all the time. It was wonderful to see. She was very strong. She continued to get stronger. There were elements in class where she would look at me and say, I'm not sure if I can do that. We always have something in our tool bag, a modification or anything, so nobody's left out of any particular exercise. So at the Livestrong graduation, when we do some of our videos with some of our cancer survivors and just their experience in our program, she told, in the video, she said when she completed her physical therapy after her treatment, the physical therapist told her that she's lucky if she gets 70% back to where she was before she was diagnosed. She had never mentioned that to me during the entire training. She said in that video, she said, I am not only back to where I was when I was diagnosed, she said, I think I'm actually stronger.
Wow, that's a great result.
I'm telling you, it was all her. She worked the program very, very hard.
And so you're also a trainer for some of the sessions. How many groups do you have in those sessions?
This last session, we had 3. We currently have 3 Livestrong at the YMCA instructors, and I am also an instructor trainer, so I have the ability to host trainings to get more instructors for the program. So we have the ability to run three groups at a time. Hopefully more. If I have my way, a lot more.
And the cost isn't prohibitive because the cost is funded by donations.
Mm-hmm. Correct, yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. Part of as I mentioned earlier, part of the WISE commitment to the community in providing these strengthening type of healthy living programs is so important. And Livestrong at the YMCA is such an eloquent depiction of our mission statement. It checks all the boxes. We are there. This is what the Y does. So if we have to raise money to continue this program, that's what we're going to do. It's all about sustainability, and we intend to do that.
Oh, that's great. And do you have one other story from your class to tell us? So
I do.
Success story?
I do. As a matter of fact, a gentleman who came in, he was so funny. When he originally came to the first day, he had braces on his leg. He was walking with a cane. He suffers from peripheral neuropathy from his treatments. And he has drop foot in both feet, as well as his hands have been affected where there's actual muscle loss. So throughout the program, he regained enough strength to begin driving again. Yeah, absolutely. So that was a big win for him, absolutely. But he did say to me after the class, after graduation, he said, you must have just looked at me and said, what am I going to do with him? And I said, absolutely not, because I believe solely in this program that it helps people.
So those are, just exceptional programs, and everyone that participates in the program, I'm sure benefits a great deal. And so you're hoping at the Y is that to continue and add more programs, and
absolutely.
And we'll put on the screen. There's a Y has a website, a foundation.
Absolutely,
that,
yes.
We could put on the screen the address. All right.
My goal is to run it 3 times a year if we could.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, is there any other information we should add for the? We have Bill coming up, who's going to tell us specifically what he does in the training and what he does in his class, and we'll do that next. Is there any more general things you'd like to add?
If there's any questions, they can contact me directly at 248-553-4020, which is our main number, and they'll connect you. If you're interested in touring the facility, and so I can show you the various rooms and different training modalities that we offer in the program, I'll be happy to do that. Just give me a call and we can get that set up.
Oh, great. I think it's a great offer, and I think anyone who is wondering about the program would be a really good idea to give you a call.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
So we're going to take a little intermission at the moment, and then we're going to talk with a trainer, Bill Track, in just a few minutes.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I was hoping to actually get stronger, and I came into this when I had my diagnosis. He told me the best I could hope for was to be 70% of the person I was, and I think I'm at where I was when I was diagnosed. I'm feeling much stronger, and it's all because of Rebecca and Livestrong and everybody I was in class with. I appreciate all of them.
It's a fun environment. The classes are always different. They're exciting. You never knew what to expect when you came in, so you're always challenged. And it's always catered to you. So if you can't do something, there's an adjustment. You're never left out of an exercise. They'll always find some way for you to do it, and you can modify it. And it's definitely, I would say, anybody that can come and do this class, you will benefit so much from it.
Welcome back, viewers. I'm here in this segment with a trainer from the Y, Bill Trapp. Bill is a physical trainer here with the Farmington YMCA, and he does the Live Strong Cancer Program sessions. Bill, it's nice to have you here. You've been with the Y a couple years and a Michigan resident for a long time.
Yes, indeed.
And we have we had one session already, or 2 sessions of the program at the Y. And you've done several of them. Why don't you tell us how they're organized?
Well, the way we do it is there are 4 things that we focus on. It's cardio fitness, strength, and flexibility and balance. So every one of the sessions has all 4 of those aspects to it. Usually what we do is we start with 15 or 20 minutes of cardio for the folks, and we go into the wellness center and we get on the cardio equipment. They can use anything from the bicycles to the treadmills, ellipticals. We have recumbent bikes, or they can just get up and walk around the track. Also, there's a track in the gym that goes around.
Before they start that, do they have some kind of assessment to see where they start at?
Yeah, actually, when they start, the very first day, they have an assessment where we do a 6-minute walking test. So they walk back and forth in a 15-meter track, essentially, and we time them for how many laps they can do in 6 minutes. And then we go and we do a strength assessment too. We do a leg press and a chest press. And then we do balance to see how long they can balance on one leg. And then we do different flexibility assessments as well. And I can tell you, at the end of those 12 weeks, it is amazing the change that the difference that we've seen. We've seen as much as a 300% improvement in leg presses for some.
And these are all adult cancer patients that have recently had cancer, and they're recovering their health
and their fitness. All different phases of the treatment. You can be in remission for 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 years and still be part of the program. Or you can actually, some people that are in it are getting treatment at the time too.
So cardio is an important part. How about the flexibility?
Flexibility, we find a lot of folks from the scar tissue, flexibility is an issue for people. So we work on almost every session. We're doing something where of course we stretch at the end, just like every time we do any fitness. Stretching on the floor. We do some stretching just against walls. And the nice thing about it is when you're stretching, you can still challenge your balance as well. So we kind of incorporate those 2 things together.
And do they use these balance balls? We have some in the background here.
We've been known to use the balance balls. Yeah, there's one particular program that we, while people are here, we try to give them the full aspect of what the Y is about. So we can do programs in the pool. We can do programs in the group exercise room where we just do like a group exercise, maybe a step class, or we've been known to do a drumming class where you drum, you take drumsticks and you pound on a stability ball like that. Those are a blast. We use the yoga instructors here. We try to show everybody, we try to show the people who are in the program the full extent of what the Y can offer.
And as a trainer in this program, did you have any special class that you took ahead of time?
Oh, yes.
And how did you do that? Yeah.
There's quite a bit of preparation for it. We had to spend 2 or 3 days in Chicago. We had to actually travel to Chicago as the first location in the Metro Detroit region to do this program. We had special training just to get it off the ground. But to become an instructor, I believe it's a 1-day program where you are learning from previous instructors who have learned the program, and that's how we get our instruction from them.
And so it's going to be a 12-week program, and is the Farmington Y hoping to offer this more often?
Yes, actually, we want to offer it to as many people and as often as we can. Right now we're doing it twice a year. We do it in the fall and in the spring. And as we said, each session is 12 weeks. And we would love to get the funding for it. Actually, we're working during the month of August to work on funding for it. And the more funding we get, obviously, the more programs
And
we
it is
can do.
free to the participants?
It is definitely free to the participants.
And they can
yes.
use the Y, and their family
Yes.
can use it during the program?
Correct.
Which is
yes. It's
really
no
a nice
cost
benefit.
to the participants, yes.
So-
Because there still is a cost to it, but we do fundraisers to fund that.
Bill, can you tell us about someone who really made progress in the program?
The person that comes to mind right off the top of my head is someone who had a mastectomy, and she was very reluctant. The group had decided that they wanted to do aquatics, so they wanted to get into the pool and do a aquatics exercise program. And this woman had never been, as far as I know, in a pool, and she was reluctant to do it. But I think because the group kind of coalesced around her and said, you know, let's do this. I don't think she even had a bathing suit.
Great.
So she had to go to the store, buy a bathing suit, and I didn't even know it either until we were in the water in that program. She had never said anything to me about I don't want to get in the water or anything like that. She's just clinging to the side of the pool with all of her life, but it was just so it was disheartening, really, really heartening to see her do that. And the reason that she did it was because she had so much encouragement from the other people in the group.
And they form a bonding team.
They really do. It's a terrific.
So that's a great story, Bill. Thank you for sharing it. Is there anything else someone would be interested or reluctant to get in the program that you might want to tell them to encourage them to do it?
Well, you know, I just look at the results that we've had so far, and the reason I like doing this program is because, you know, you start out with maybe 6 or 8 people who are strangers to each other, and by the end, I mean, you know, you're forming walking groups. Even at the end of it, they're like this. And I hate to say it, sounds kind of trite, but they're a bit of a family. You know, they've been through this ordeal, and now they're coming out of it together and helping each other.
Because part of the problem would encourage people that they can just sign up themselves without knowing anyone.
Sure.
And there's like 7, 8 people in the class,
Yes.
each class.
Yeah. This time we had 3 sessions this time. We had so many people who wanted to do it that we had 3 separate sessions, each with about 7 to 8 people in it.
So it sounds like an excellent program, and that complements some of the information that Rebecca has told us earlier in the program. Thank you, Bill, for joining us. I really appreciate you taking the time. It's a wonderful program. And thank you for Rebecca joining us in the previous show. I'd like to remind our viewers there are 2 websites to go to for more information. One is the City of Farmington Hills website, and you click on YouTube and you'll find us under Children, Youth, and Family Spotlight, CYF. The other is the Live Strong website, and that will be on the screen, how to get to that for more information on this particular program for adult cancer survivors. Thank you for viewing, and we'll see you at another show.